Go. Step 1. Write down everything you want to do and cross out most of it. If you're in the thick of it right now, you feel like you've wasted your whole day, you're not going to get anything done. This works for me 90% of the time. So get a piece of paper, your phone, or whatever. Write down everything that you wanted to do today, and you're going to cross out most of it. I want you to choose between 2 or 3 tasks that you have enough time for and pick the most important one. And then, once you pick the most important tasks that you would like to get done today, figure out the smallest action needed to get started. Use the 5-second rule. Literally, once you have the smallest action ready to do the task that you would most like to get done today, count to 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then take action. Start doing a little thing and then just repeat the last 2 steps until you get momentum, and voila, you have started making progress on at least one thing today, and the entire day will not be wasted. This is the procrastination cure that I personally have been using the past couple of weeks, and it has been working really well. What's up? My name's John. I'm the Savage Panda. My goal is to just help you guys get as much information as possible so that you can become the man that God made you to be and achieve your goals and have a positive impact in this life. So, what are you going to learn in this video? You're going to learn how a lack of clarity leads to a vicious cycle that ends up with you not getting anything done. The 2 different types of work and how to schedule them. This is very important. And why imperfect action is always the answer. And it's also a trap. And as you can see, I took imperfect action and didn't get the spelling right. Oh well, let's begin. Alright, first thing you need to understand. There are 2 types of work that you're trying to do. There's creative work and management work. Creative work can be anything from writing a script for a YouTube video, getting to work on that painting that you've always wanted to do, learning how to run Facebook ads so that you can apply for that job, learning how to use Photoshop or do photography, or learning how to write or writing a novel. Anything that requires you to be creative and just have fun and get in that flowy state, that's creative work. Management work would be something like taking out the trash or doing something that you've done a million times that you know exactly what is going to happen step by step. That's management work. Cleaning your room, going for a walk, going to the gym, even, very structured, very regimented. It's very easy to schedule, right? So creative work is often unpredictable and scattered. You need longer, uninterrupted time in order to get into the flow and actually start making something. So for example, if you're trying to make a painting, or you're trying to discover a new way to make a painting, you're probably not going to schedule it in 15-minute increments because you don't even know what you're going to discover artistically yet. So how can you possibly schedule the steps to make the painting? You don't even know what you're going to discover, right? And so you can't schedule that kind of creativity in little 15-minute or hourly increments. You need more freedom to breathe, to de-stress, and just be like, you know what, let me try this, let me try that. You need room for it to be fun without the stress of everything else that you have to do, crowding around you. And that's part of why we get in this vicious cycle, because the stress is interrupting our ability to feel free and be creative. So when you're scheduling your days out like a week in advance, you want to make sure that you have enough time for creative work so that you can feel free to sort of go about it in whatever feels intuitive or natural to you. You're not scheduling every single little increment of time. And if you're struggling to get a lot of creative work done, that might actually be part of the problem. You're trying to schedule a discovery process. You're trying to schedule your intuition, but your intuition just doesn't work like that. And so give yourself more time to get in touch with yourself and let your intuition flow for whatever creative act that you're trying to do. Management work, on the other hand, very easy to schedule. You're going to take out the trash and do the dishes at this time, and you have exactly 15 minutes to do. That's very easy to do. And so understanding the difference between the two, It's very important because what we're going to do to start defeating procrastination ahead of time is to split up the two categories and schedule them accordingly. That way you're not sitting there at 5 p.m. wondering if you should do the dishes first and then take out the trash and then try to work on your Photoshop progress, or then trying to do photography and then go to the gym. You understand that they're two different types of work. They need to be scheduled and split apart. And you could do it however you like. It's just understanding that they are different and you need to treat them differently. So this is the cycle that we get into, right? Let's say you have a bunch of different things to do. You have to go to the gym, take out the trash, do the dishes, clean your room, and then you want to write an entire YouTube script, shoot the YouTube video, and make a thumbnail in Photoshop, or work on your novel, or get to work on that painting. You have all of these different things mixed up, and you don't know what. You just wake up without a plan and go, I'm just going to do all of this stuff today. But then it's unclear. A lack of clarity can lead to mental fog. You have all of these things in your head that you want to do, and nothing's perfectly laid out. And so then you start thinking, well, should I do the dishes first, or should I go to the gym? Well, if I go to the gym now, then I'll have to shower. Maybe I'll do the gym later, or I won't have enough time to work on this creative thing, right? And you don't have anything written down. It starts to it can create like this subtle little bit of stress. And then next thing you know, you're eating Fruit Loops and binge watching YouTube videos when you have all of these things to do. And the more YouTube videos you watch, the more time you spend not doing the things that you want to do, the more the stress adds up, the more you need to divert your focus and make yourself feel better by doing something that is easy and enjoyable. And then before you freaking know it, you've done one or two things. It's 5 p.m. and you don't have enough time to do everything that you said you were going to do throughout the day. And this sucks. And now we're in this situation where we think, and then you justify doing nothing because there isn't enough time. It's like, I've already wasted my day. I only have like 3 hours left and I'm going to have to go to sleep. And I guess I'll just, go on Netflix and watch my favorite show, maybe go out to get some beer, and then, not judging, been there a lot of time. And of course, it's very difficult to get into the creative zone in this spot because you have all of these things weighing on your mind. It's like, I should have done this and I should have done that. And then you'll be binge scrolling YouTube, trying to decide what you should do and still doing nothing. So nothing's getting done, which means you're getting more stress, which makes you want to binge scroll YouTube even more to try to make yourself feel better, and nothing gets done. And then you're still too stressed to be creative, and so you don't do anything, and the day is lost. I've done this thousands of times. And what I'm teaching you in this video, step 1 that I showed you, works all the time. This is why writing it down is key. Writing it down takes away the vagueness and the mess. And small amounts of progress is better than none. Even if you can do a lot with just 2 hours left in the day. If you've wasted the entire day and you still have 2 hours left, you can do a lot. The trick to not wasting the last 2 hours of the day is write down everything that you wanted to do and cross out most of it until you get to 1, 2, maybe 3 things. Pick the most important thing and get your day back on track by eliminating all of the least important tasks to you that you don't have enough time for anyways, and pick the most important task that means the most to you that you do have time for. Take the smallest amount of action and get going, right? And so you're defeating the vicious cycle by bringing clarity, and of course you're also going to make sure that you're scheduling the right and that you understand what kind of work it is. And so if you still have a bunch of chores left in the day, you only have 2 hours left. You have to walk the dog, take out the trash, clean your room, do this and do that. You only have 2 hours left to do it. Well, what you can do is you can group all of that management work into that 2 hour block and get all of that stuff done so that maybe tomorrow you'll have more time to group a creative block. Or you can push all of those things off till tomorrow and set aside the last 2 hours of the day for something creative. It's up to you. Again, understanding the difference between creative work and management work or busy work is the most important thing. You can schedule it however the heck you want. Imperfect action is the answer, unless taking imperfect action is amazing to get the ball rolling on the right thing. So once you've decided what you want to do, then you take imperfect action. But if you don't do everything you're supposed to do beforehand, and you start taking imperfect action on something that's actually a distraction, well, now you just build momentum in busy work or unimportant tasks that's actually procrastination. And so you can take imperfect action on the wrong thing, and then it just becomes procrastination. And you get momentum in the wrong thing, and then you still don't achieve what you want. So imperfect action only works after you do everything I just described. Figure out the 2 different types of work, categorize all of your tasks according, figure out the cycle, get clarity, write everything down, pick something, and then take imperfect action. If you just immediately start doing things beforehand, there's a very good chance that your subconscious mind will move you towards a task that's very, very easy, not the difficult creative tasks that you want to be doing, and you will end up procrastinating anyways. And so, if you guys get value from this video, my name's John, and I am building out this community, Savage Panda Brotherhood. The link is at the very top of the description. I want you guys can join, hang out, you guys can talk to each other, you can make posts, you guys can write things, and you guys can also message each other, so that I want this to be a group where we as men can really encourage each other and build each other up. And so you can post your wins, you can post your struggles, and I've also building out a classroom for you guys. So we have the creative routines course. There's some things in here already, and I'm still building out the rest of it. But if you guys want a community where we're all like-minded men trying to improve ourselves, trying to be the best possible version of us so that we can live up to the potential that God gave us, well then, hey, this is a community for you. You guys don't have to walk this path alone. You don't have to be alone. I want to walk with you. And the cool thing is, I'm not where I need to be yet either. And so it's not like I am some super rich and successful self-help guru who is just telling you things. It's like, no, you guys can actually walk the journey with me. We can do this together. And that's why I made this group. And so link is in the top of the description. You guys can check it out, and you can check out more videos right over here. And I will see you next time. Have a great rest of your day.